How do everyone? Foster Ken here. So in this video I'm going to relate something that happened, a conversation, when I checked into a motel in Richmond, Virginia. And if you think that sounds boring, well, I suppose it does sound boring, but it's not. It's a cool story. Hope you like it. So I came into Virginia via West Virginia, and I'll just say right now, those roads in West Virginia, those riding roads, tell you what. Anyway, I decided to spend the night in Richmond, and I find a Super 8 motel in Midlothian. Midlothian, I think, is like a suburb of Richmond. Anyway, I walk into the check-in counter, and there's a lady, elderly lady, sitting behind it, reading a book, voraciously. It's like the most interesting thing she's ever read, thick glasses, and she's just reading and reading. Now, I respect readers' rights, so I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to bother her until she stops and looks up. And so I wait a minute or so, and she gets to a stopping point. She looks up and she goes, oh. She comes walking over to the counter, and I start to, check in to get a room. Now, she's typical of lifelong readers, super interest and an angelic playfulness in her eyes. So I decided to try one of my schticks. So we're checking in, and I ask her, may I get a discount if I have a AAA card? And she looked at me and she said, you may, 5% off, hon. I said, cool. May I get a discount if I have a library card? And she looks at me, she's suspicious, and she says, you have a library card? And I said, I do. And she said, cocks her head, squints her eyes, and said, you fibbing me? I love that. And I said, nope. She says, let me see it. So I take it out, and I point, and I say, see, it says right there, Grand Library, Glendale, California. Well, she read every word, every letter on the front and on the back, looks at me, smiles, hands it back, and says, well, I'd say that's good for another 5% off, hon. Oh, man. I've tried that shtick, I can't tell you how many times, and it's the only time I ever got 5% off. But there you go. So anyway, that's it. Remember to subscribe to my channel, right there, and visit my website, fosterken.com. All sorts of blogs. In fact, I think this story is there, and then all sorts of photos and everything. Great place. And check out my books and buy them. I'll really love you for that. But most importantly, ride big, ride long, and ride free.